Squatters calling the cops on me for illegal eviction, Florida. So, I recently bought a house that needs some work doing and I've decided to do it myself. Squatters broke into the home next door, which was also derelict. The squatters have never entered the inside of my property as I installed steel shutters on the windows and doors after they began squatting there. The home they're squatting in has no electricity supply. It may not even have water. It's derelict and I know nothing about the property. It isn't mine. They began hooking up with some very dangerous work. My electricity to the home they're squatting in, from my meter. Which is supposedly illegal, but neither Tico or the cops seem to take this seriously. Since I have a portable generator, I had Tico come out and unhook the supply to my property so I don't have to risk them burning my house down, because I would like to live in it at some point. A couple of days later I see they've tried to hook up power again but couldn't because there is no longer a supply from Tico. I set up the portable generator for lights and power tool use, and start working. All of a sudden there's a knock at the door and some police officer says, "I'm illegally evicting the squatters." I explain they're not squatting here and I have no idea who owns the property they're at. So he goes back to talk to them, then he goes around the side of the house where the meter is. He comes back and says because they established an electricity supply from my property, I'm attempting to illegally evict them, and I need to restore the power within 72 hours or I'll be charged. This obviously sounds ridiculous, so I ask to speak to a higher-up, who shows up an hour later and says the same thing, turn the power back on or I'll be charged. My issue here is, even if I was to turn the power back on, jumper cable hookups on my main supply is a huge risk, not only for my property burning down, but if they get killed on my property, I'm likely to be liable for this. So of course there's no way I'm going to, but I need to know what my recourse is here. How can I be charged for illegal eviction from a property I do not own, just for not having power on at a property I do own? Update. * long call with a lawyer, who now is my lawyer. She honestly can't believe what has happened. She is contacting the state attorney and the police and believes the issue should be dropped. She is also going to see about getting the cops to do something about the illegal hookups to the supply, since me having it disconnected and using a generator was only a temporary solution while I fix up the place. She says squatters' rights do not extend beyond the property line of the occupied property, and so they do not apply to my power supply. She also said creating a fire hazard is grounds to have the squatters removed anyway, since their rights end when they begin putting people in danger. She couldn't believe I was threatened with arrest over it since I'd done everything correctly anyway, all the way down to having Tico disconnect the power. She believes nothing further will come of it, but if it does she's confident it would be an easy win in court, as there isn't even any criminal grounds for arrest even if the police had been right about the law.